thank you for sitting down with us to take some time to talk about tax reform in Michigan. We really do appreciate it.
Oh, happy to. It's an important topic, and it's about time.
It is about time. ABC really does appreciate it. We're an industry. Construction's has 80,000 fewer jobs right now than we did just 10 years ago in Michigan. And since the enactment of the Michigan business tax, we reported that members of ABC have seen their tax burdens increase dramatically, yet at a time when Michigan's construction economy has been suffering. And so there really hasn't been a very fair way to go about it. So we appreciate what you're doing. Our folks have unanimously endorsed this plan to help get Michigan's construction economy turned around and get some jobs created. So thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate that. And that was one of the guiding principles we used when we were designing the plan. Mm-hmm. If you look at it from both the tax and the budget side, two overarching goals that I believe we need to work on to achieve are the same messages I heard when I was on the campaign trail. Number one, by far, is more and better jobs. And the other issue is how do we create an environment for our young people to stay in the state and build and grow and succeed. And then on the tax side, it really came down to simple, fair, and efficient. Because the Michigan business tax is a dumb tax. You can call a lot of other names. I know that one fits. And it simply needs to go away. And the thing is we just want a fair system. And I think one of the issues we need to communicate is most citizens don't realize that was a double tax. That most contractors and people are actually paying tax on their individual tax return all right as their flow-through entities.
Well, that's right. And as we've tracked our membership, if you're an LLC, if you're an S-Corp, for example, they've seen the highest increase in their tax liability since the passage of the MBT, Michigan Business Tax, in 2007. So this gets rid of that. That's right?
Yeah, and it's actually better because we have the single business tax. Because my view is a fair tax system is where we're asking people to pay the same rate regardless of your source of income. And so we've had a system here where basically most of your members, because they are not regular corporations, the majority of them, is basically you're paying on your individual tax return, and then you have the extra tax, the MBT or the SBT before, that could drive your tax rate up over 10% or so. And that's not how you create jobs. And so if you come back to that guiding principle of job creation and simple, fair, and efficient, let's get it back to simply asking people to pay a fair rate when they make money on their individual tax return, or if they happen to be a corporation, the 6%. So I believe it's a great solution, and that will encourage job growth, and that's where I'm hoping you'll be out hiring people, getting more people to work, building things.
That's the goal. That is the goal. So really this only affects C corporations, and it's a 6% flat tax on those entities, and it's just based on their federal tax liability.
Yes, it's really, there'll be some modifications, but it's really off federal taxable income. And again, we wanted something simple that people can appreciate and understand, because no one could really understand the Michigan business tax.
That is clear. Well, that gets, I guess, to the issue of simplicity.
Yeah.
So if you're an LLC, if you're an S-Corp, you don't even have to file a tax return for the state. But
right.
in S-Corps, you could probably do it on an index card, or a C-Corp could do it on an index card, probably.
Yeah, it's to be simple. And again, all the flow-through entities, basically, it just flows through to your individual tax return. And that's where your tax liability will be in the state of Michigan, at the state level. And I think that's the right answer. And if you're a regular corporation, you get the 6% tax. If you look at the indices, one thing that we looked at comparing us to other states is that we'll be top 20 in business taxation, we'll be top 20 in personal taxation, and even for our seniors, we'll be in the top 20 for how we treat our seniors when this is all done. It's a good solution.
Well, that's always important. Is where does Michigan? We can't build a wall around our state and pretend like we're not competing with 49 other states and really the rest of the world. So this brings us from number 30 to number 16.
Yeah, in the 30s to 16 or so. Yeah, it's a major jump.
That is.
And more than that is also the simplicity features. Because again, if you get into the Michigan business tax, in many cases, it would end up on some indexes 48 to 50. Not only was it a tax in terms of the dollars it took, but its understandability. The other part of it is this budget side is actually a great opportunity too. That I think we're building a budget for the long term, about showing that we can be fiscally responsible, no accounting gimmicks, no one-time funds to balance a budget, and showing a 2-year budget. in terms of a long-term path to success. Because the other thing businesses want to help them grow is they want to know what the environment is and that they're going to be treated fairly, here's how things operate, and that government's going to be stable. Because if you look at Illinois as a contrast, all of a sudden you're finding a state that's got a huge financial mess, that their tax rate's going up by several big degrees of difference, both on the corporate side and the individual side, and that's what really scares business.
Right. So your budget and the tax plan that you've been championing and really been a leader on working with the legislature and talking to Michigan citizens about and businesses, when it's grouped together, how much of a tax cut will Michigan see, or will it be a slight tax increase, or will things remain about the same?
No, it's a net tax cut. If you look over 3 years or so, it's several $100 million of tax cut, which we believe will help be a positive force in terms of job creation and growing our economy.
Okay.
So there's good opportunity there. And that's where we could appreciate the support of your membership. It's a great group, and the more you can help communicate with legislators, the better, just to make sure we follow through and get this tax and budget plan done. And we're still on the path to hit May 31st.
Well, that's great. We look forward to doing that, and we appreciate working with you on this important issue and other issues that really will help improve the construction economy and Michigan's economy overall. So thank you very much, Governor.
Well, it's great to talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you.